Good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of October, and I'm in gold. So yeah, just buy gold, really, just buy gold. Let the rest sort itself out. All jokes aside, gold has been very good to me this last few days, last few weeks. And I just see a very strong trend. Try to find an entry in the trend and let it ride. So got some size on, well, I had some size on. Took some out already. And I'm just going to try to trail this H1 candle. Approaching London session in 7 minutes. I may close some of my size now because I believe it comes back into this zone. So I'm going to take some of this profit, then leave the runner. So had a very good day yesterday. Started on Monday this week, was rough, really rough. Made a lot of it back. I made all of it back on Tuesday, and then actually ended the account with 3% up. There were some trades that played out good and some trades didn't work out great. I'll give you a recap in a sec. And then the rest of it's history. I'm doing okay. Closer to the end of the stream, I'll show you my account balance. Let's check out this FTSE trade. So I'm also in on FTSE. I'm still trying to trade the setup I called out on Monday. I was selling it from down here to try to fill this gap. I filled some of it. I scalped it, left it break even, and eventually got stopped out. I'm pretty sure I closed it before that anyway, but I would have got stopped out. And if you were here on Monday morning, you saw I was looking at selling it from here or selling it from up here. And I said I would prefer for it to come up here to be sold. So it's up here now, just chilling. So I decided to get in the position as it's the same read. Everything still looks right. So I got into position this morning, and yeah, hopefully it gets back down here. The risk is not that massive in terms of pips or points. I don't really count that, so that doesn't matter to me. I'll look at the percentage. It's 0.3% of this account, so about $300, and I stand to make about, I think, $600, $800 if it gets down here. So it's a reasonable risk. What's that, 1 to 2? Or should we call that a 2 to 1? Risking 1, try to make 2 at least. So we had a bit of a trend now. I just jumped in from there because it was in my zone, and now it's got a break in structure, which is good to see. So it should push back down, and I may start scaling out. Well, this is the first resistance that we're going to have on this previous day high. So when it gets to here, I'll look at what's on the table, see if there's any point in taking something out there or not. I prefer to take some money off the table. So that's only 160. That's not worth it for me. So as it pushes through here, I'll probably move my stop loss just above there because it's quite a decent entry if that holds. So I have my stop loss here and try to continue pushing it down. I may do that soon actually. Let's see what happens in the London session. If the H1 wants to push up higher, then starts coming down after that. On the close of that H1 for the first hour of the London session, I'll try to put my stop loss above there if necessary to try to get down. If not, it goes there, really good entry, try to get down, and that's a free trade. If I'm right, $800 if I'm wrong. I don't know, maybe less than $100. Let's look at that. If it plays out as I want and I could get my stop loss back here, it's $20. So I think we're good here actually. Let me just check my zone again. No, it's up here. So I'm looking at the higher time frame, looking at the structure. So we had the pole, the flag here, and then the pole out. So it should respect this high if it is to continue this current attempt of a downtrend. So that's the high I want to see it respecting. Okay, not this one, not that one, but this one up here. This one didn't pull out, so it doesn't count. This one did. So I want it to respect the high. That's why my stop loss is there, risking 0.3. Have a quick look at the market. So Euro, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. It's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So it's trending down here, got here, created equal lows down here. And then instead of breaking through here, it did this when I broke structure. Broke those equal highs I saw on Monday actually. That's fine. So that's expected. But I think it's more likely to consolidate within this range and then maybe go for these equal lows and continue the downtrend. So I was actually trying to sell this because we had a little trend, tried to sell this to try to break it through. Had my stop loss just above. Trying to sell this yesterday after stream. Not going to do that again. So push it, pulls down, lags up, and it's meant to pull out here. So I was trying to sell it after this break. Had my stop loss just above here. And then I just don't trust it. Got out here. And then as you can see, I made the right decision. I'll just show you what I mean. Got in there. Stop loss just above here. Got out there. Got out the rest of my position there just before this chaos. So very fortunate yesterday. And I'm not trying to rely on luck. So I'm just going to reduce the risk. So I had a very good day yesterday, and typically the next day I lose money. So today should be risk off in theory. So I'm going to reduce the risk today and just try to get some scalps in the bag. Make 0.5. I think I'll be happy with 0.5 today. Let's see what I've done so far today. 395. So if I close this current trade, gold trade, yeah, I may just make it. The reason 0.5 is because I am doing a profit challenge, and 0.5 is the minimum profit amount to be considered a profitable day, and I need to do 3 of those. So I've done 1 yesterday. Hopefully today will be the second, and 1 more. And I've reached that objective. So wait up. So conclude, not touching EURUSD. Let's have a look at gold. What's going on now? London session just opened. As I said, it's coming back. How far back we don't know. So that's why I had to reduce my position and reduce my loss. So I'm risking about $78 now. Nothing. And I stand to lose $50. That's $50 worth right now. Nothing as well. So gonna let this play out. Already made something off that. At least 0.3 off that. If I lose the 70, let me just check. Yeah, if I lose the 70, at least made 0.5 off that trade. And then the FTSE trade should hold up and give me something to make 0.2. Hit the objective today. What's up, William? How you doing? Yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was crazy. So the gold one, actually. So if you, as you were on the stream, you would have saw I was here trying to get back up there. But as you saw, I was scaling out here, right? And then I think there was a H1 break in the candle. I saw that and I thought, yep, I'm good. And I got out. So let's just get the chart history up, trade history up. You can see what I did. So bought here, scaled out some, scaled out here. There was a break in that candle there. So Let me just remove this now. There was a break in this H1 candle here, so I thought that doesn't look good. It could potentially come back. So it would have been at break even, saw it coming back, and I got out here, and that was that. As you saw, if I was at break even, I would have got stopped out anyway. But as you saw, it did break this high. So the read was right, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get the whole move, and that's just the way the market is designed. It came all the way back. Make sure anyone who's at break even's out. That's why I tend to leave my stop losses at the swing lows. As you see, that swing low was respected. As it came back, it respected that swing low. That's the key point. If you want to hold a move, then it breaks out again. So that would be like this is all like a pole. Let's zoom out and you can see what I mean. This is a pole, flag, poles up here, flags here, poles here, flags here. As you can see, just respects it. Poles up, flags here, and all of this is a flag, and it's just polling out now. So this morning, I tried to catch that break out here. So that's why I'm in this trade here. It's just continuous trend so far. Pulled out here, consolidates, and it's maintaining the structure still. The previous H1 lows just being respected, and this is a pull out. So I could expect it to flag back in before pulling out again. So my stop loss should be underneath here. But as I've already taken some size off and I want to reduce my risk and I want to trail the H1 lows, I've moved it up. I'm just going to keep following it up and see what we could do today. If it, from here, London session, if it breaks up, pushes up, and it comes and takes this H1 lows, probably a reversal, and wherever my stop loss is, whether it's down here or down here, it could be taken out. So that's why I'm happy just to trail it using the H1 lows to see if this trend continues or not. But at the same time, I know something like this could happen. So look, trading it up, this could just happen, then it goes up again. I know that could happen at any moment. No discussion about it. I can't do nothing about it. So I always take some profit and then reduce my risk if I can. So yeah, yesterday ended up being good. I'm not happy about how I traded. Not happy about Monday, not happy about yesterday, Tuesday. So today I'm going to be more disciplined and try to trade clean. I mean, like, reduce risk, stop losses everywhere, you know, just clean and be a bit more patient. So that's the plan. I just want to bank that 0.5 today and that will be good. How did it go for you yesterday, William? Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm not going to focus too much on the 5% profit target. I'm just going to try to focus on doing my 0.5 a day to keep the doctor away. So yeah, I mean, I'm just going to focus on that. Not too, every time I look at the balance, it's like every single trade is like, yo, I could do it now. I could do it now. I could complete it now. And then that makes me put too much size on. So I mean, I had size on this. I had size on this. Right now, this could be worth at least $800. So 1% at least I would have made on this trade. 1% left after that. So I could possibly finish it today. But I had size on it. I was so anxious. So I scaled out. I need to be comfortable today. And I'm comfortable with the size I got. And also this FTSE trade, if the FTSE trade works out, that's another percent anyway. So I don't need to over risk on this. When that FTSE trade is actually good entry now. Yeah, baby. That's a good entry now. And if it does get all the way down here, good risk to reward. So I'm happy so far with how this is played out. I'm considering moving my stop loss soon. possibly want to see this break or this low here. So this acted as resistance, giving it a support, and it's coming back to test it. If it breaks this low here, then it should continue attempting to get this low and then this low. So when it breaks this low, I'll be inclined to believe it's continuing, and it's gunning for this low here to continue the current downtrend on FTSE. At that point, I could then reduce my risk. I think, where are we now? Yeah, it's only 0.3. Commit that exactly 0.3. Yeah, 0.3. I'm okay with that. What is my account balance? Okay, so yeah, 0.3. I can live with that. $300 loss today. Made 300 already. We really need to get to break even on gold. Let's see what we could do about that. So the current H1 swing low on gold is here at 41.94. It may change obviously because this H1 candle has not finished yet. But you can see that's potentially an entry there for people. Just this break of this candle, that's potentially an entry for gold. Stop loss underneath there, that's not bad. But that's if you're late to the party. I'm good. I'm okay. Not jumping in again. I would say 9:30ish. In about 20 minutes or so, maybe I'm in my stop loss here. That'll bring me into profit, and I'm gonna just trail it, continue trailing it. Hopefully I trail it all day because it runs all day in one direction, and that would make this a very reasonable return. Are you looking at gold today, William? And if so, are you looking at anything else? Haven't looked at DAX yet. I'm gonna have a quick look at DAX. Not sure about gold. I think I looked at it at, I don't know. The thing is, it doesn't matter where I think it's gonna get to, it's whether it's gonna keep me in the trade or not. So maybe 215 today. I could see it, but it's gonna be back and forth. Will it keep me in the trade? I don't know. So I'm definitely scalping it, and if I could leave my runner or trail my runner, that would be great. And FTSE's being fickle. It hasn't really done a lot for me, and I'm trying to give it another chance. So on days I expect something, it does nothing. So Monday, I expected it to get down here, didn't do it. DAX did. That was Monday. I wanted to get down there. DAX got there. So I'm not happy with FTSE right now. But it's possible it wanted to clean up this imbalance first. All this unfulfilled orders because it dumped on, was it Friday? So maybe it wanted to reach there first. Now it's got that, filling the orders, and it's going to do what DAX did, which is get underneath this inefficiency here, drop down, flag up and go again. So maybe on this push today, DAX tries to take this low. Let's just get this marked up. Take this low because it's still holding the structure even though it took the previous day high. Still got a low, a lower high, so a high, a lower high. This was a lower high, just beat it and then continue down. So creating lower lows in the process, creating lower highs in the process. So still trending down DAX, and therefore FTSE currently still trending down. So entry wise, up here is better than the DAX move down here because the equivalent would be entry wise would be up here. That's where I am in FTSE, up here. And if I could get it down there, that's great. Or even down here, that's great. So here with the FTSE, trying to get it down there. It's just been fickle though. It's been slow. Hasn't done much. DAX has been moving. So it's a bit risky in that sense. If DAX pushes up, because it's at a low, FTSE pushes up, it will stop me out. So I haven't got much size in it. But it's a potentially good entry if it plays out as I've read it. So if DAX and FTSE is still trending, currently trending down, you could expect Euro to be pushing up. So it's breaking its trend right now. So this was the last highs here. It's broke that. So I would expect it to continue and try to break this one. And if it does, that's confirmation that it is breaking its structure currently. How far it goes, I don't know. It could potentially go all the way up here within this big flag here, from this low to this high. And maybe it consolidates a bit before going down to run these equal lows. Too early to say, and it's such a hard read right now. I don't know what's going on with EURUSD. I do have a toxic love affair with, or toxic relationship, shall I say, with EURUSD. So I'm gonna be just watching from the sideline, keep an eye on it. I think I said this the other day. If you look at it, zoom out, it's just a lot of consolidation over here. Whereas gold and FTSE and DAX has been a lot cleaner to read. So I'm going to rely on that. Look at this, all this consolidation, not really doing much. I don't like that. So I think someone asked me this previously. I am tapping into the experience of some traders who actually trade. So this is Tom Haggard, Trader Tom. And I think the CEO of 5%ers, 2 experienced traders who trade London session, and they trade indices such as FTSE and DAX. So I'm gonna lean into that. It makes sense that this is when those indices move, and it makes sense that I take the trades based on a trend using them, and that's what I've been trying to do. So previously, especially on EURUSD, and you can see why, I try to catch reversals, because there's always these little swing points. There's a swing point there, there's a swing point there, swing point there, swing point there. To catch 3 of them a day. So that's really good for that, and that's what I tend to do. Watch for price going one way, swings, go back, swings, go back. So doing that, but recently it's been hard. It's just been taking me out, then going in my direction. I'm just tired of that. So my approach now is to trade the trend and keep an eye on the structure. If it breaks the trend, then I catch a reversal, which makes more sense. And I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. I've just been so strict in my way of trading, as in, okay, I don't do trading with the trend. I only do counter trend scalps, and I've been sticking to that. But now I'm being a bit more flexible. And previously I used to try to do the counter trade scalps, and if that doesn't work, trade with the trend, but that's harder. So it's easier to trade with the trend, and if that doesn't work, do the counter trend scalps. So this is an example of trading with the trend. Didn't work here, and we know it didn't work when it broke this structure. So I could have scalped this if I caught that. I was looking at it yesterday, but I didn't catch that. Could scalp this. Or again here yesterday, trading with the trend as I was doing. It didn't work. It didn't get to my TP straight away because it broke its structure when it broke this H1. So I could scalp this, stop loss above here, scalped it, and that would have been it. Yeah, got out here, usually if I scalp it, I'm scalping for a certain amount. I'm looking for 10 pips. I'm looking for the equivalent of 10 pips or something on EURUSD. So dollar amount, 1-to-1. Let's see if we would have got it. So we're risking about, what was that? 20 points. And I would have got it. So 1-to-1 scalp there. Yeah. So, but now trading with the trend, if it breaks structure, then look for the scalp. That's what I'm doing. It requires a lot more patience trading with the trend. And that's why I changed my setup and my structure to be streaming, which requires me to be here in front of the screen. And it all works in accordance with each other. So it's all good. Hopefully we'll get the breakout now. Nice big push. Maybe get, I don't know. Do we leave? Yeah, well, I said we're going to hold this and just trail it up. We're going to trail that up. My bad. Rambling on. Forgot to check in on you guys. No, I haven't read his book yet. I've heard about it. I'm very curious. I will get around to it, no doubt. Maybe before my next long trip. I'll just get it and read it on the plane or something. Yeah, he's rare. It's just I saw him. I thought, what's going on there? He's actually trading, and you can see his account balance. It's what inspired me to do this. Actually, his approach is very transparent. It's very clean. Whether it's a demo account or not, so that's the only criticism I've heard about him. Whether it's a demo account or not, he still shows you the same account balance from the beginning of the day to the close of the day, and he trades the same account the next day. So if you're following his streams, you'll see the guy's still actually making money, whether it's a demo account or not. If you're actually making this kind of money, why would you do it on a demo account? And then he starts with like $10,000 or pounds at the beginning of the year, and he doubles it before the second quarter. I definitely want to lean in and learn something from him. And I've seen what I've learned from him actually. He talks about systematic approaches. He has a few setups, but he also does discretionary trades, and that's what leaned me into understanding the difference between systematic and discretionary approaches. And last time I did the stream, I focused on doing that, which helped me for this stream now, where I can mix the two. So my systematic approach will be to catch the reversals. When it trends up, break the structure, catch a reversal scalp. That's my systematic approach. My discretionary is to just have a look and say, okay, cool. I don't think, so I caught that trade yesterday. I don't think, well, I think it's going to get up there. But if it doesn't, if it breaks structure, it doesn't do what I want, I want to get out. So just having a look at the market and trusting your instincts based on experience. And that's what I did there. So basically, he needs to be flexible. He's flexible. And he tried to, some people were, again, in his comments, explaining how can we learn from you if you say you should follow this systematic approach, but you keep changing it in midstream. And he tried to explain, basically, it's discretionary. This is my approach, but sometimes it doesn't work. And when it's not working, I'll do the other thing, you know. And unfortunately, you can't teach discretionary approach. That's on experience. So you need to build that up yourself. And that's the main criticism I heard from him as well. That's the second one, should I say. But besides that, this is what I don't like. A lot of people are analyzing what he's doing and trying to find fault in what he's doing. But look at the rest of the market. Look at the rest of the space. You got tons of influencers who are not doing anything close to what he's doing, who are taking screenshots of profits, who are that's on demo and posting it. who are making claims or making 10,000 a month with no proof at all, who are trading on demo and calling it live trades. You got so much of that, and people selling courses. I don't think traders sells any courses. He could, he should. People would actually learn, but I don't think. And this is the other thing that a lot of people miss. That I'm about to start a rant. This is the other thing that a lot of people miss. Let's check out this FTSE one quickly. It looks like it's moving nice. Cool. All right, so we've got that breaking structure. I'm gonna reduce my risk, as I said I would. And I want just about this candle. So we are risking $20. Take the 0.2, but I want to see if it gets and breaks down here. So that was the main here. This should have continuous trend here. That's broken through there. That was the first resistance. We may get a little one here. So it was trending down to this point here, broke it here. This entry H1 here is what pushed it up to break those highs. So when it comes back here, it could be bought from here to push up again. So I should scale something out. Should take something from here. I don't know, $100, is it worth it? Let's see what it looks like on my P&L. Do want to make my 0.5, so maybe $100 would make my 0.5. What do you guys think? Should I scale some out on the FTSE here, take half of the position to bank my 0.5 today? Or do I let it run to try and make 1% instead? Tom preaches emotional control, but is terrible at containing his own. Yeah, but that's human nature. He knows the importance of emotional control, but you are going to fault yourself. I mean, I've been working on this. I actually talk about it a little bit on the stream a few times, but I'm nowhere near to the finished product. And that's one of the things I learned through this process of trying to learn to control my emotions. When you focus too much on perfection, you forget to take into account the progress you've already made. Okay, so the perfect version is not to react to emotional triggers, right? But in the process of getting there, you can actually reduce. So like I will snap and shout if someone upsets me, but now I don't snap all the time. I won't shout. I'll still get annoyed, but I wouldn't shout. And if I've reduced the quantity of times I react to something, that's progress, right? And I think even him preaching that, and even though he doesn't, well, we don't know what he does, 24/7. So maybe outside world he does. It's just there's little things that still upsets him. So even him talking about that helps him reinforce it. It's like a reminder to self. So if I talk about it, well, I doubt you'll see me actually get upset on stream. But if I talk about it, it's because I'm trying to live up to that standard I'm setting rather than just preaching and not practicing what I preach. So that might be the case. No one's perfect. It's just he's a human being trading, and that's it. He's honest, he's transparent, and you compare it to the rest of the people around, you have to be like, okay, cool. At least he's trading. At least he's trading. Yeah. I mean, he's got his approach. Like that's the other thing. He adds in aggressively. I just look at my position and I consider whether I can afford to add in more. And I usually don't. I like to add in a position and scale out. But he has a more aggressive approach, and that might be based on his experience. So I can't remember how long he's been trading, but he's got a lot more experience than me. I can't fault his experience. If he believes that's the best approach and it's actually, he's got the receipts to prove it, who am I to tell him how to trade? So the other thing about, I think I'm kind of rolled off a bit. I forgot the point I was going to make. it was really about the, what would you call it? It's not community. It's really about the influencers. It's just we're just most of the people that talk and about trading are just here selling courses. They realize how difficult trading it is, but they know that they can make a income from talking about trading, and that's what their focus is. I feel like, oh yeah, I got the point back. I feel like if you're a successful trader, you don't need to have a YouTube channel or sell mentorships or courses or anything like that. If you're a really successful trader, you make the money from trading. That's how I feel. Unless like someone like Trader Tom, I don't really know his background. It's a second income for YouTube, or he actually enjoys teaching, which it seems like he does. I don't know. Everyone has their motives, but for me, it's just one of those telltale signs. If someone's focused on selling you a course, I've seen some ridiculous claims. I saw one on, I might start doing reviews actually. I saw one YouTube video over the weekend. Someone claimed that they made, was it 300 million before 30 or 30 million before 30? And there's absolutely no evidence. You probably know who I'm talking about after this comment. He said, "It's official. I have just been declared the best trader in Africa." And it just got me thinking, like, what governing body made this official? And it just makes crazy claims. And that's just the environment of traders on YouTube currently. So when you see someone like Trader Tom with his faults and all, it's just like, all right, cool. At least he's trading. I do like Trader Tom's, just I can't watch the stream for too long. Some of his trades, I go the opposite direction. Maybe that's because I try to do counter trends. But anyway, I still appreciate his work. Yeah, you can't be good at everything. Successful trader, bad teacher. Yeah, can't be good at everything. Yeah, I think when you get to a certain stage in your career, that's all you could do. You share knowledge, tell stories, and it makes you feel good. Because if he is as successful as he is as a trader, it's not the money he's doing it for, is it? So, and the other thing, the other reason, his main motivation, just the routine, like structure, having that structure. That's what I'm realizing about the streams right now, that it just gives me structure. I've got a lot of time on my hands. I don't work full time. So outside of this, I am crazy bored. I tried everything else, gardening and all this. I'm crazy bored. I'm considering starting a business. I just really, there's only two things I'm passionate about right now is property and trading. So property is a longer game. You have to wait for the right opportunity. Then when you get started, you're not always hands-on. You get the builders in and contractors in. So it's not hands-on. And between that time, what am I going to do? I'm not just going to sit at home waiting for my kids to come home. So I need something to do. And this is why I started streaming. It takes up most of my mornings. Then the rest of the day, I could just, do what I want to do and then get ready for my kids to come back to school. So maybe he just does it for structure because he has a routine in the morning and a routine in the afternoon, has his breakfast after, does a little bit of exercise, comes back to streaming. And I think that might be more the reason or his motive rather than the financial gains, especially if he is trading real accounts and making that money. That could be why. And that's fully understandable. It might just be that simple. Yeah, because we know like to be successful, you really need to be able to manage your risk for a long period of time, taking your wins where you can and not lose too much. And that takes time. Boring though. It's boring though. When you could just double, triple your size, your entry and just make something, that's exciting. But you can't be excited every time you trade. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys right now, this would be so boring, so tempted to get out, add in, and so on. If it wasn't for you guys right now, I would just be here looking at this. It's move a tick up, move a tick down. I just couldn't do it. So that could be it. Creating that routine that allows him to stay focused, and maybe he has an objective where he's tried to make 100 million from trading or something crazy like that. All right, let's see FTSE. How's it looking? I've already moved. I mean, look at that. Since my little rant, it's moved like, what, a point or two? All right, I'm going to scale some out because I can see it coming back here. I'm going to take half of my position on FTSE. Want to make my 0.5 today anyway. So let's go take some of that. Let's see. Shy. Maybe move into profit. Need $100 more. Where's it coming from? Maybe gold. Okay. Bank all of this gold now. I'll just wait to see if it wants to. Let me check news. That's what I'll do. And make a decision. Okay. So no high impact news today. So I guess the only thing that may push gold against me will be New York session. Yeah, I'm going to hold gold. I would like to move into profit in FTSE, try to keep this. I'm just going to wait. I could always make that $100 out later if these two positions don't hold. I'm going to hold it. If I could get 200 more from each of these, that'd be cool. Half my positions and then leave the runners. So at least I bagged my 0.5 today. So if I bag my 0.5 today, I would be sitting on 3.7, 3.7 with 1.2 to go to reach the 5% profit target for this phase 2 of the 5% is 100k high stakes challenge. And then I will get the funded account, which should be 100k funded account, and profit target will be 10%. If I do that, make $10,000, which will be great to end the quarter or end the year. And to be honest with that, if you are new with 5%ers, you don't actually need to hit the profit targets to be able to make withdrawals. Maybe some of you don't know that, but you don't need to hit the profit target to make withdrawals. So if I get when I get the funded account, I can make 1,000 a month and still have that withdrawal after 14 days. So I could really take my time then. Just need to get there. Be patient. Gonna be patient. This is what, day 3? Yeah, I need to be patient. I've been trading this challenge from Monday. Didn't trade on Friday, 4 days, plus the 7 days so far. I could afford to be patient. Right. I want a lot from you, this FTSE trade. Let me check what that looks like on H1. Okay, so let me see if we got a reversal here. if we got a reversal on the daily, that's great. That would be great. Oh, gold is pushing. Little breakout on gold. Yeah, more than a little. So I mean, again, if I kept my original size on gold right now, I would have finished this account. So I'm very happy with that. I will be moving my stop loss on gold to follow this current H1 low now, as it's moving. It's too early. This could come back. It's too early. Could probably move to break even though. Closer to the end of the candle, I will move it. Okay, I'm going to scale half of my position of gold out. Bank my wins today. 0.5. And then leave the rest at break even and to see where it wants to go. Okay, so this is now a free trade. I've achieved what I wanted to today. Yeah, got that back in. Why that's important is because I need to have 3 profitable days. So hitting the profit target isn't as important. And I think it'll be more difficult psychologically that I've hit the profit target, but I'm still have to trade the account. So I need to be able to get the 0.5 days in. So this will be my second 0.5 days. So it's about protecting my wins today. And then I think the account balance will sit around, hopefully today, 4%, and then it leaves me 1% to do tomorrow. If I get that, the remaining 0.5, maybe I take my time, do 2 days, do the rest of this week. And then I should have the funded account Monday at this rate, if I have 2 more profitable days. So that's why I took the size, even though this is pushing, it could keep going. I need to bank that 0.5. That's what's important today. That was the plan today. I'm sticking to that. All right, so back to FTSE. What I was looking at is whether or not we have a reversal on the higher time frame. Because if that's the case, that would be really good to hold this position a little bit longer and even add in theory, because I think this is only like $7 I'm risking so far, $10. So we have structure pushing up here. Pulse flag, still within the zone. Pulse flag, breakout here. This low here should be respected to maintain this upwards trend on the daily. This low here. If it gets underneath here, maybe it's targeting this low, but before that, you got resistance here. Okay. And you got resistance above there as well. This previous daily high that it broke to start to get price where it is currently. So this break here, which is 93.42. Love that to be a profit target, but so far I've got it at this low here, which is the low that had the inefficiency. You can see why it bounced up from there because of this daily high. But if it breaks this, we'll go to this low next. If this doesn't hold, then it'll be down here at 92.70, which would be a really good trade. Not counting points, but with that stop loss to down here, we half decent trade. Only $700, but decent trade nonetheless. All right, gonna leave that alone. Okay, so that's FTSE. Gold position's good, and FTSE's been here for a minute. It's not moved. I'm assuming Prudea Capital is a prop firm then. No, I'm not familiar with them. I'll check them out. Appreciate the lead. I'll check them out and see what they're about. Yeah, that's correct. I do get my money back from the high stakes challenge once I pass the 5% phase 2. Completely forgot about that. Don't worry, I will remind them. I'll chase them for that. So very happy with the FTSE trade right now. It's looking really good. Shame I didn't have more size on it, but I didn't really want to risk too much today. But it's looking really good. We're going to see what happens here because this is a key price point where it could push back against me, and that's why I've scaled out and reduced my stop loss. So we'll see what happens here, especially in the new H1 candle. It could push back up here and then the follow one break this high and push up, which wouldn't make a lot of sense to me because this inefficiency, I would assume that's what the main objective would be, to finally fill this gap. And the only reason it came back up here was to fill this imbalance, but still respecting this high and then continue down. My stop loss could be up there, but I prefer it here. Don't need that much from the trade, and so I'm going to have a tight risk, try to get it down. But this trade is in play from this high. If it doesn't break this high, if it doesn't break this high, I would assume it continues to break this low, because this will be a pole. This is an ugly flag. You get all types of flags. It doesn't need to be perfect, but this is still a flag. And then it could come here, do all this, and then eventually go through. So that's what I'm hoping to see. Maybe it takes the whole week, the remaining week. It could come down here, play around there, stop here, then tomorrow go all the way back up here just to get me out. Then Friday eventually break through when there's some news catalyst, maybe at some point. It could still happen, but that's why I'm just going to manage the risk, take what I wanted, not be too greedy, take what I wanted, and then reduce my risk. So it looks like it's breaking through. Still got 15 minutes of this, so it could break through. But it's what happens with that next H1, because this is all one direction. I would assume it comes back. Yeah, I could see, because this is just a big pole. There's not much of a flag. This is a 1 minute trend. If you go on a 1 minute time frame, you probably see it. There you go. Pole flag, pole flag, pole flag. 1 minute trend still be respected. I could probably trail that, but because my entry was very good, I don't need to. I can move to break even. Yeah, move to break even, and I could completely forget about this trade. Yeah, I move to break even, completely forget about this trade, because if it comes back up here, anywhere here, it should tag me out anyway. So break even, don't want to lose $10. Very important, those $10. And then if it holds, it should get down there. All right, happy with that trade. Gold, it's going to do its thing. I'm not going to touch that. I say that every day. I'm not going to touch gold, say I'm going to let it go. Keep my eye on. That's the problem when I leave runners. I keep my eye on it and I make decisions. So far, it's proved to help me. But I'm not going to sit in front, just watch it. That's the main thing. I'm not going to sit in front and watch it. All right, so quick updates. So it looks like EURUSD is bullish currently, and it's looking to take that high now. Mark that out. Looks to take that high. Does it come back down? Let's see if it does. Where would it be? So resistance was from this price point. If it breaks through here, next resistance would be here, more or less the same place. I'm inclined to believe, yeah, so this price point was not used as support, so maybe it gets to this price point up here, consolidates, then it comes down for these equal lows, which would mean it's still holding its current downtrend. Yeah, it's possible. So if it gets above here, If it gets above 1647, I could see it heading towards 1683, and maybe from there there's a selling opportunity. If it gets there tomorrow, I'll probably be selling that small positions and try to get back down here, and that'll be the trade. Similar to what I did with FTSE, I spotted the inefficiency argument to see it coming back up here. There was an argument to sell here, and there was an argument to sell there. Sold in both places. So do the same FTSE if it gets up here. Let me just mark that zone out so I don't forget that tomorrow. Okay, zoom out a bit. Fortunately, it's from this eye. That's its zone. Why is it such a big zone? I'm just following the structure. So pole, flag, poles. So anywhere within from this high to this low, it could reverse. That could be the key price point here at 1683 if price tags it, where it slows down and starts coming back down. So that's how it is. I don't control it. Don't believe me? Same thing here. From this low to this high, that's the zone. Key price point would be here where the resistance was. And as you can see, after it broke, it came all the way back. And look where it tagged. Can't see my finger. Wait. Look where it came back to. After breaking that low, look where it came back to. So if you just got there and just entered there, giving it a stop loss above the high here, if it starts moving in your direction, you could reduce your stop loss and try to ride it down. That's exactly what I did with the FTSE trade. It worked out a treat and still working out so far. So that's what I did here. From this low to this high, marked out the key price point. Where was that? Here, where it broke structure. So it had the trend higher lows, broke structure there. When it went there, marked it out. When it came in, you could bought any of this and just held that. Got loss above there, which I had. Starts moving my direction, bring it down. And that's how I played that. I swear that's a lot of value, people. I don't think you get this on any mentorships or any courses. And if you do appreciate that I'm sharing all my knowledge completely for free, hit the like button. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, I just sharing my experience here. Hopefully you appreciate it. So where was we? So that's what we're looking to do with EURUSD if it comes up there. Gold have no destination. Just gonna play it the same way, catch the trend and try and manage my. So I'm moving my stop loss for gold now. Still gonna trade the H1 lows. So the next one is here. If the next H1 candle comes and breaks it, it could be potentially a reversal. So that's why I'm just going to trail it, because I don't want to see it come all the way back. Well, to take break even, but you know, I'd rather take something off. So I want to trail the H1 lows. That's what I'm going to do. So there's no price target or price point in gold. I'm just going to trail the H1 lows, see what we could get from it. FTSE, I will be holding it. Say that. I will, yeah, I'm going to hold FTSE. I'm going to try to get it down there. I'm going to leave it alone. If it gets there, great. I'm already at break even or in profit. So if it comes back, so be it. I think, and this is only worth $400. So taking it at $200, I don't think that's worth it for me, is it? Let me check my account balance. Maybe worth it. I think about that. If this gets to 4,000 with both trades, I may just call it and call it a day. Leave it with 1% left to do. So I may do that. I don't need to milk every single trade. Just need to get what I want. DAX, haven't touched it today. I'm glad I didn't even look at it. It's not doing much. I think that's it really. Nasdaq's not doing nothing today. Well, not this morning. Maybe some volatility later in the New York session. But I think that's it, people. There's not much more to add. Let me just check the account balance. A little bit more on gold. $4,000 and I may exit, leaving me 1% to do for the remainder of this week and get the funded account. That's the main objective. So I'm not going to get sidetracked. We'll try to run lows and stay in positions longer than I need to. So yeah, quick recap. Let me just check on. Yeah. I'll definitely check them out and see what they are saying. And Windows 11, I don't know, I'll get to it. But as long as this is all working right, I got 2 laptops. I don't use either of them. I normally just check emails and I check emails on my phone. I only bought this for streaming, so I can't remember. Is there a reason not to do Windows 11? I think one of my friends said it's not necessary. I just haven't updated it to it yet. Yeah, I'll get around to it at some point if it's worth it. But yeah, I think people, that's it for me today. I did want to have a shorter morning. I'm conscious of burnout, and if I keep the streams short, it would help me in the long run. That's the 2 trades anyway. That's the main trades for today. I'm not going to do much more. Made my profit objective today, I believe. Yeah, I made my 0.5 today. And if I could get a little bit more from this today, well, if I get another $100, I'll be very happy today making. I'll be happy. I don't care how much it made. I'll be happy to end the day on $4,000 and that'll be great. So hopefully you guys have a very good trading session. Don't overtrade. It's what's been helping me recently. Trade 1 session. So I spend about 1 or 2 hours on the London session and call it a day. Everything outside of this session causes issues for me. So don't overtrade, don't over leverage, and be patient, people. I'm going to call it today. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Same thing, same place, same time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And if you did, let me know. Leave your likes, leave your comments, anything. I'll get back to you guys if I have missed anything. Yes. Cool. I'll check it out. So if I have missed anything, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I'll give you an update on how this gold and FTSE trade plays out as well. This is Patrick signing out. Until next time. Peace.